give you a headache. SportsRadioBeaumont.com, AM 1450, 1510 KIKR welcomes you to The Sports Hangover with Doobie and BA.
Yeah, and we're back. It's the Sports Hangover on Sports Radio Beaumont, 1450, 1510 KIKR. Another lovely day in the great city of Beaumont.
Another hot day.
Oh, God, it's hot. Doobie and BA here, the Sports Hangover. It's extremely hot. You know what? I have a buddy flying in tomorrow from Orlando. He's like, and he called me last night. He's been here before, but it's been about 6 years. Hey, man, and he's from New York originally. He's like, do I need to pack for any cold weather? And I said, and he actually listens to the show. He's probably listening right now. I think he got off work a little bit ago. I'm like, Dan, no. I was like, it's hot and then hotter. So come in shorts and a T-shirt for the
Oh, yeah, exactly.
Because I have to go back for that wedding, so he's flying in just to ride back with me, the gentleman he is, but yeah.
And you know, the crazy part about all this is, you know, we're complaining about the heat and everything. Well, in a couple of weeks, I'm driving up to Minnesota doing taking a vacation.
Right.
Doing boundary water, canoeing, camping, hiking, all kinds of great stuff.
Fantastic.
Third week of August, I might pack a light jacket or something because the lows might get down to upper 50s possibly.
No, thank you. Not then. I mean, and I gripe about Texas weather every now and then, but I guess I'm just used to it. But I think I'd rather be hot and freezing, cold.
Exactly.
So, I'm kind of glad we live in the great state of Texas. If you want to live tweet us, you can live reach us at @Hanover_sports. Or at KDuby21, that's KDUBY, or at BA Sports Radio. So,
packed show today. Coming up in the next segment, we do have some guests with us, the Sun Devils softball team, 16 and under. So, going to be talking to them in just a little bit. But the headlines, man.
It's been a good week.
Excellent week. I love the stories we have going on here. First, I'll just a quick hit on this that I was going to bring this up last week, but I thought, this is a non-story. I'm not going to mention it. It's good news. But the Houston Texans team physician said that Jadeveon Clowney, quote, looks spectacular in his return from microfracture knee surgery. Well, guess what list Clowney's on?
I don't know.
Physically unable to play list.
Yeah, I saw that.
Yeah, so good call, Dr. Lowe.
Yeah, but I'd have to look at it, but I believe that can't they pull him from the PUP before the season starts?
I'm pretty sure they can.
But if he starts on the PUP on the season, that's 6 weeks.
Yeah, so they better get on the ball.
So let's think about this. Since we're talking about first-round draft picks for Houston, their number one picks have been Carr, Clowney.
Does that one count?
I feel sorry for the guy, to be honest with you. I thought he was a good pick. They had no offensive line.
Well, very true. He spent more time on his back than throwing the ball.
Yeah, more time on his back than a lot of featured performers we know. Anyways, so that Clowney and then Mario Williams. Mario Williams was good, but
he wasn't as.
I think he's gotten actually a little bit better since he's. I don't know. Towards the end of his career with the Texans, he was really good. And then the Bills, he's kind of stayed that way, but I'd almost say he's dropped off just a little bit. So we'll see how that goes. And then now you have Jadeveon Clowney, who he'll probably make $20 million more a year again. But we'll see. Hopefully it's not a waste pick for you guys.
Yeah, hopefully. But time will be
essence.
Yeah, exactly. And speaking of time, right before the show happened, we were going to hit Brady. We know people are sick of hearing about the whole Brady, the Deflategate situation and suspensions and all that. And we were just going to make fun of him for a little bit. But some actual new news broke in the situation. First of all, earlier this week, Goodell said we're holding up the 4-game suspension. That's not changing. We're not dropping any games, nothing like that.
Right.
Well, right before the show hit, about 12, 13 minutes before we got on the air, Brady's going to file a suit.
No. Does that shock you whatsoever?
No, not at all. Well, I mean, kind of, because I did hear an interesting point of view on this earlier in the week.
Throwing stuff at me already.
Yeah, I know. Sorry.
Thanks.
Sorry.
That was great radio just then.
Like that?
Appreciate
it.
There, baby.
Anyways, so he files suit. So what's your opinion on it? Roger Goodell actually had some cojones finally.
Yeah.
And he held up a suspension for once in his entire life. Sorry for the ladies in here. I'm used to just talking to you and all these young ladies.
You don't respect me.
I did, so I don't. So anyways, here we go. So he gets in a little bit of trouble. So, and I thought Roger Goodell's kind of like we said, the statement I made earlier, he usually backs off on the punishment.
Yeah.
So, Greg Hardy got his reduced from 10 to 4, and then the NFLPA is actually going to go foul on him to get him down to the 2, because we're not going to beat a dead horse, no pun intended.
Yeah.
But the NFLPA agreement was, 2 games instead of 4 at that time when the alleged act was committed. So it kind of shocked me, yet it didn't shock me that they upheld the Brady suspension to 4. But what I think the problem was is it came out is that he destroys his phone.
Yeah, I know, right?
Who does that? And then his excuse is, well, I just get a new phone every 4 months and just destroy it. Who does that? Okay, so we have how many? We got 10 girls in here. How many destroy your phone every 4 months?
We have one.
One? Really? On purpose? Did you do it on purpose? Okay, then. She says no.
Well, in Brady's defense, he might have just backed over it in one of his Jags, going from one mansion to the other with his supermodel wife and family.
Okay, so, and you heard Robert Kraft, his whole press conference today where he trashed the league on this.
Man.
Well, this is the first thing. If you
I want my toy back.
Oh, pretty much.
Yeah.
Well, I regret not pursuing legal action 4 months ago when this started. Blah, 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 blah. Anyways, so here's the thing, Kraft. If you wouldn't have been caught cheating about a year ago, then this wouldn't be a problem. And then if you wouldn't have fired all your ball boys right after this happened, then maybe people would think,
if you didn't look guilty.
If you didn't act guilty. I mean, it's like my 3-year-old little girl. She has Snickers all over her face. Did you eat a candy bar? No, sir. This is what this is they're trying to beat a dead horse and say, we didn't do this, we didn't do this, we didn't do this. But yet you fired your ball boys right after it happened. Your star quarterback refused to hand over text messages, and they even said you could send them to him. They didn't have to see the phone.
Yeah.
And then he's like, oh, well, the phone's destroyed. I mean, really? I mean, come on.
Yeah.
So I don't feel sorry for him.
No, not whatsoever.
He follows suit, so this could get interesting.
Yeah. I mean, so with him doing this, I mean, he could essentially start the season, right?
Not that our government has anything else better than to do. But anyways, whatever.
Yeah.
It's another show.
Like, while this is still being held up in the courts or whatnot, like he can play on the field?
I'd have to look at. I'm gonna lie to you. He can still play preseason ball and practice, no problem. He's not suspended from that. When it comes to game one, I don't know. Maybe I think he can start it, and if they uphold it, he's going to have a 4-game suspension in the middle of the season. If that's what happens.
But see that I don't know.
It's stupid.
Yeah, it is.
And I'm sure if most of our listeners listen to talk radio, probably sports talk radio all day long, and this is like the horse that's been beat over and over and over today. But we hadn't got to talk about it and make fun of the Patriots because they are just horrible at life. So, yeah.
Yeah, there you go. All right, this is the best segue I can come up with. Do we have any Taylor Swift fans in the house?
Yes!
Awesome! All right, that was not what I was expecting, but I love that response.
So excited!
Well,
right
the
now.
Astros feel the same way. Did you hear about this story?
Yeah, and I want you to tell our audience about it, and then I've got a fun add-on to it.
Okay, cool. Well, now back in December, I think it was December or January, Taylor Swift had a concert scheduled for this coming October at Minute Maid Park, and the Astros said, barring any they even said it back in December.
This is my add-on.
All right, yeah. But here we are in end of July, and they're tied for first in the division. And big game tonight. Yeah,
after schnocking the Angels last night.
Oh man, that was a great game. I wish I could have seen it all. But anyway, yeah. So they gave Taylor Swift the boot. They're like, no, you're not playing here in October. They moved it up to an off day in September. And if you are one of the people that actually bought tickets to that show, Ticketmaster is going to hook you up so you can get with them and they can.
Well, the thing is when they put out that disclaimer last December, is they got mocked. Like, people ridiculed them on social media. They said, there's no way, you're horrible, you're the Lastros again, this just isn't happening anymore. I was still crying because they've just been horrible 3 years in a row. But, look who's talking now. So, I thought it was hilarious that everybody mocked the Astros for just putting the disclaimer in, and that's their legal right. They're
absolutely, yeah.
But no.
But now I just hope that this rescheduling doesn't jinx them. Like, I hope they don't have, like, the curse of the Swift or anything like that.
Don't even that's horrible.
A little shake it off.
Oh,
sorry.
No pun
I did not mean to say that.
Yeah, you did.
I know.
That was so neat, but yet so no.
And moving on.
Oh, God. That was just bad blood.
Is that enough? See, I don't even know that one. Okay, all right. So we have a champion from Southeast Texas recently. You hear about this? Kuntz Bull Rider.
Oh, gosh, really?
Yeah. Kuntz native just brought the championship bull riding trophy back here to Southeast Texas. Cody Teal beat out 25 other competitors and going to be crowned the 2015 CBR World Champion.
That just sounds like a bull rider name.
Cody Teal, definitely, yeah.
All right, Cody Teal coming up to ride this bull.
Are you sure that's at a stockyard or something? That voice sounds familiar.
All right, Cody Teal coming up to ride this
all right,
bull.
that's a little
coming
bit
up on right now, PBR. But no, that was so bad. That is going to be. We're going to get call-ins. That was
you
racist.
are. Yeah.
Yes, it was all your fault. You put me up to it.
Sure.
No, congratulations to Cody, the big, huge town of Kuntz, Texas, making Kuntz proud.
Absolutely.
But yeah, I would never. Have you ever rode a bull before?
No.
One time, and I was under the influence of water, and it was very bad, and I was sore for 3 days afterwards.
Well, I mean, I've had similar effects after drinking that same kind of water, but it wasn't from riding a bull.
Never do it again.
Anyway, I think on that note, it's time for a break.
Already?
Yeah, we could use a little bit of a break here. And coming up after the break, going to talk to the Sun Devils softball team from the area. Yeah, let's hear it. Come on. You're here at Sports Hangover, sportsradiobeaumont.com, AM 1450, 1510, KIKR.
The Sports Hangover on Sports Radio Beaumont, 1450, 1510, KIKR. You can live tweet us at Hanover_sports. Doobie and BA back in the house as always. A fun-filled first segment. Now moving on to the guest of the hour, the 16U. Well, they played in 16U, 14U Sun Devils, correct? All right, cool. Yeah, 16U is what we're going at?
Yes, sir.
All right, awesome. Coach Dan, you can go ahead and step up to the mic. So it's 16U, but the majority of the girls... I guess that's something happened. No, you're good. The majority team's not 16 years old, though, correct?
No, we have a mixture of 13, 14, and 15-year-olds. We don't even have a 16-year-old on the team.
See, okay, so you're technically...
But we're classified as 16
You're
years.
just that good.
Yes,
so
sir.
Tell us a little bit about you guys, and then I'll get into
Basically, it's a second-year team. It was our all-star team from 2 years ago, and we linked up with the Sun Devil organization, boys baseball team.
Yep.
Ever since then, we just took off.
Yeah, so, and I umpire baseball, and I'm out at Ford Park every now and then, and I do a Little League World Series and stuff like that. And I know Sun Devil is primarily a boys organization. When did they take softball in?
2 years ago when we started playing under them.
So when you got the chance.
And now there's going to be a total of 4 teams.
Oh, wow. Okay. So and the Sun Devils are a pretty big organization. They're a pretty successful organization, actually, on the boys' side. So,
right.
That's awesome. So, and you guys faced, are first in the state this year, correct?
Undefeated first in state.
Not too shabby. And your record was?
I think 8-0.
8-0, undefeated in the state. And
in the tournament.
And you went to Panama this year, Panama City Beach.
Finished third.
Not too shabby.
No.
In 16U. So
Yes.
What people that are listening don't understand, 16U means you can be 16-year-old and under to play on the team. So it's arguable that most of the teams you played had a bunch of 16-year-old girls on the
16 to 17-year-old girls,
That is
depending on when their birthday was.
And we have young
13, 14, 15.
Yeah. Girls that are just hitting adolescents coming in to play women.
Right.
That's pretty awesome. So, have you've coached the team both years, correct? And
Yes, sir.
The team is made up of girls from around the Golden Triangle. Do we have a specific certain area?
It's Golden Triangle. I mean, mainly Beaumont, but there's from Orangefield.
I see my Bobcat right here to my left.
Silsby, Lumberton. Yeah, we're kind of scattered out.
Cool mix then. So, are we going to try to keep the team together moving forward?
That's what the plans are.
And when you guys hold tryouts coming up next, or do we know?
We're going to try to do something August 8th.
August 8th. So, some of you people that have girls that are interested in 16U softball, will you guys be moving up to 17U, or will we stay at 16U?
We're going to try to stay.
Whatever. Throwing that out there.
It's 18U next.
Oh, really? They changed that up? It goes 2 years after that?
Boys is different than girls.
Well, see, I'm a boy. Only understand.
No, we're going to do one more season of 16U before moving up.
I would probably advise that, especially since you're kicking rear end at 16U right now. And
right.
You're 13, 14, and 15. So, now your first year, how did you guys finish in state? I know I have it right in front.
We didn't place in state the first year.
But that doesn't matter.
It was fifth in state.
Still. I mean,
then we went to Florida and finished second.
Wow. Fantastic.
So it's a big improvement this year, finishing undefeated.
And you guys got to the diamond bracket in Panama Beach, correct?
This year, yes, sir.
How fun was it to play in Panama Beach?
It was pretty fun.
Nice.
Stressful for me, but they looked like they had a lot of fun.
Now, how many days a week do you guys usually practice? Is it year-round, or you guys just play in the spring or the fall?
We practice play year-round.
Play year-round?
I've given them a couple weeks break since we came back from Florida, but we're about to get it back in gear.
Okay, and are you the only coach on the team? Do you guys have a pitching coach?
No, it's me, Bobby Knowles, Jason Latil helps out. Johnny Brown.
Nice. So I have a question, not for you yet, but towards the end of the segment, we're going to tease something that's coming up that happened in sports this week that kind of pertains to something that you can speak at, because I might play devil's advocate and argue the other side, but I want your take of it. So let's have the girls each announce yourself, where you guys play it, and then we want to talk to y'all. So go up, speak in the microphone. Just tell me your name and what position you guys play and stuff like that.
I'm
where you're from.
I'm Mallory Latil. I'm from Beaumont, and I play pitcher.
Yep.
I'm Molly Condon. I play left field, and I'm from Beaumont.
I'm Megan Harlan, and I'm from Beaumont, Texas, and I play first.
I'm Mona Treviso, and I play catcher, and I'm from Beaumont, Texas.
I'm Juliana Renfro. I play second base, and I'm from Kuntz.
I'm Madeline Stone. I'm from Beaumont, and I play shortstop.
I'm Ashlyn Montgomery, and I play pitcher and left field, and I'm from Silsbee, Texas.
I'm Kaylee Enslide. I'm from Orangefield, and I pitch.
Yeah, Orangefield! Sorry. Hometown biased.
I'm Lily Knowles. I'm from Beaumont, and I play third base.
And Lily's extremely tall for people that obviously you can't see her because we're on radio.
I'm Bailey Montgomery. I play right field, and I'm from Silsbee, Texas.
Okay. Silsbee! Woo! I knew that was coming. I was trying to segue real quick. So apparently you've got some power hitters on the team. You guys hit, 6 home runs during the Panama tournament?
That was just between 3 girls.
3 girls. Yeah. That's insane. And my Bobcat hit 3. Miss Angela hit 3. And then Lily, you hit 2. And one happened to be on your mom's birthday? Is that no. Yes, that's correct. That's kind of cool. Did you do that? Did you do the Babe Ruth thing to where you pointed and this is for you, Mom, and you just before you hit the ball? No. Okay. And then Ashlyn, where's Ashlyn at? And you hit 1 too, right? So you all went yard. That is awesome. So yeah, get a little bit over closer to the mic. Y'all can yell and talk. So this who pitches? I need my pitchers. Go by the mic, Kaylee. And there's another one. All right. So you ladies are 14, 15, right around there. Can you strike boys out underhand softball?
Yes.
No problem. Not even a question. But you can hit a fast pitch baseball. Yep, no problem.
Yes.
So I want to guarantee. So if we set this up, so if we set it up and I can set this up, we'll go to a field and then we'll give you. I don't know, we'll do a regular strike zone, and then the boy gets to pitch you, and you get to pitch to them. You want to do a contest like that?
Yes.
Oh, this is awesome. Because I'm going to bet for the girls on this. I will bring money, and we have side bets with the parents, not that we condone gambling. But no, I think it's harder to hit, I don't know, if it's a 95-mile-an-hour fastball is pretty tough. But I don't think I can hit. I've hit a 90-mile-an-hour fastball. I don't think I could hit any of when these girls pitching. Do you think you could do it, BA?
No.
It's crazy. So I mean, it's just ridiculous. So, did you girls get beach time when you were in Panama, or was Coach Danny pretty strict about this?
Yes, I got a lot.
You got a lot of beach time?
Yeah.
There you go. That's what I'm waiting. She's giggling, ready to talk.
Oh, yeah, you're the one who hates the NFL girl football coach?
Boom, that happened.
Oh. Hate is such a strong word, but that's where my segue is going. How much time we have left in this segment so I can... 5 minutes? Okay. No, I don't hate that. And thank you for throwing me the bus. He's a Saints fan. He's used to be thrown under the bus, so... Oh, here we go.
Well, obviously, he set up the snake in the grass for you, man. Just like a Saints fan would.
Oh, gosh. Okay, so we can talk about this then. So, and this is the segue coming up, and I'm not going to give you my full opinion on it. The Cardinals did hire their first female coach. So, as ladies, do you agree with it? Do you think that it's okay for a woman to coach men in football?
It's absolutely okay.
Yeah.
Can you tell me why?
Because a girl can do anything a guy can do.
A girl can do anything a guy can do.
Probably even better, in fact.
You think so? So you think girls can play football better than men? I'm just throwing that out there. Really? Against other men? Or just like if you played against other girls, they would just be better and excel better against other women? I'm just curious. I was waiting for this. I knew somebody was going to throw me under the bus for this. So this is my question, and Coach Danny can listen to this. So my opinion is if the girl's never played football, she really doesn't have the ideology to be able to coach a guy. Not less that some of these men won't be able to respect the woman in the locker room. That's my biggest fear with this, and we'll get deeper into that. So no, Coach Danny, this is the question I have for you. So my first thing I thought is I have no problem with women coaching men in basketball. I'm a big basketball guy. One of the women coached me growing up is probably one of the smartest basketball minds I've ever met. But one thing that pops up is how men teach women or girls throw the underhand softball. I could not do that. I could not tell you how to do that. So
yeah, I've never played female softball before, and I think, as a coach and with the group of girls I have, I think I don't have to play softball in order to get where we need to go.
And that's a good thing. So, and how did you learn how to teach the pitching technique?
I don't teach pitching. Mine's more, I deal with defense and just fundamentals.
See, and this is what I think, and I agree with you on that, because I think softball and baseball are pretty similar. I mean, there's some rule caveats, but when it comes to pitching, that is a completely different thing. And we had the Coach Bruder, the head softball coach for Lamar, last week on the show, and she's fantastic. So if you girls ever get a chance to go out there, she's wonderful. And she would love to have you guys at the game. But I don't think, and y'all can yell at me, whoever's in here, if you teach fast pitch softball as a man, I just think a woman, and I'm going to throw a name out there, and of course you can go, okay, Doobie, yeah, sure. Jenny Finch could teach better than Randy Johnson on throwing underhand fast pitch softball. That's just me. So that is we'll get in an argument with, after I got thrown on the bus, I have to, thanks, Mike. I do attach it, but enough about that. We're going to talk more about you guys. So when's our next game coming up? Are we coming up in the fall? Tournament's coming up? Hey, you guys, I know
August Showcase Tournament. September. Never mind, September.
I know she's excited to talk, so we can let her jump in. So September we're coming up. So what is the goal for the next season? Are we going back to win it all? Will we go to Panama? And I know the World Series kind of rotate, and you pick and choose where you go, or are you kind of looking to go somewhere else?
We'll probably try to go somewhere else.
You know, the beach is so nice.
Yeah, well, we're looking at Colorado this year.
Why not go play the one at Disney? That'd be fun. Sorry. I'm a Disney guy.
We've played the teams from the South 2 years in a row, so we're going to try to go look somewhere else.
So Colorado would be fun.
I think it would.
And it would be in the fall, or would it be a summer thing? The World Series
a summer thing.
Awesome. And I know the baseball guys do this. Do they do that? Is the pin thing really big? Do they pin trading at the World Series?
We did our first year with pins. We elected not to this year.
It's pretty insane, and it gets kind of.
But yeah, it does get out of control.
And so we had the Texas Boom in here 3 weeks ago. And so this is my question, and being a baseball umpire, this is one thing that I know there's a softball team, is they do the chants in the dugout. Do you guys do that stuff too, or does it?
Yes.
We use drumsticks.
We use drumsticks.
All right, we need to hear one like right around that microphone, everybody. So, and we can move stuff over there, and you can use whatever you need.
How are we going to do this?
You can hit it on, everybody can speak on that mic. Yeah, use your hands and slap, because I want to hear one. And I want it loud. Oh, good.
We got to clap.
All right, whenever you're ready, you guys can go ahead and go.
What? Oh, this one.
Okay.
Okay.
There's no voice. There's no yelling. Do you guys do any ones with chants?
Yeah.
I want to hear one of those real quick.
Let's go, LETSGO, let's go. Let's go, LETSGO, let's go.
See, guys don't do that, and we would sound horrible doing that.
I would have to say the name. Do that.
You can do
we
one.
don't clap to that one.
We got time for one more.
Hey, Kaylee! Hey, Kaylee! Send it over! Send it over! Send it deep! Send it deep! Hey, Kaylee! Hey, Kaylee! Send it over! Send it over! Send it deep! Send it deep!
Well, this is the ladies 16U Sunday Devils, and we're going to send it over to Brady. Coming back up, we're going to talk about the newest women's inside linebacker coach for the Arizona Cardinals on the Sports Hangover 1450-1510.
Or a weekend warrior. Bell Oaks is located on Country Club Drive off Highway 73, about a 30-minute drive from Beaumont or Port Arthur. For a fantastic value for all golf lovers, set your course for Bell Oaks Golf Course.
And welcome back into the Sports Hangover. This segment brought to you by Beaumont Emergency Center, now open 24/7 on the corner of College and I-10. Give them a call at 840-4404, first of its kind in Beaumont.
Yeah, they can treat any illness or injury, receive prompt attention by a physician, individualized care for children of all ages, private exam rooms, direct nursing evaluation, on-site lab services, x-ray, CT, and bedside ultrasound.
That's right. They have a nice welcoming reception area with great front desk personnel. Comfortable waiting area also with drinks for you, snacks, beautiful flat screen LED TV, and you're going to be quickly seen by the physician within minutes upon arrival at the facility, and you have that nice, quiet environment to provide expedited and excellent care.
Yeah, it's Beaumont Emergency Center, now open 24/7, 4004 College Street, corner of College and I-10, 840-4004, first of its kind in Beaumont.
Well, that was a great interview with
that was good.
Sun Devils there. Sorry you got, as you kept saying, thrown under the bus.
Oh, Jesus.
But now that we have some privacy, we can get into this. This
like getting beat up on that one.
Yeah, and I won't beat you up too much more. But I mean, so the story is the Cardinals that made history on Monday. They hired Jen Welter. She was formerly of the Indoor Football League, and she will be the NFL's first woman to hold a coaching position.
Correct. And she's an intern. She's not a full-fledged coach. I don't know if a lot of listeners know that.
Okay.
So she is an actual intern. When I first told this, and I'm not going to be politically correct on this, so if you're listening, I'm sorry. I was like, no. And my biggest argument was she's never played the sport.
Mm-hmm.
And to me, that's a big deal. And somebody argued with me, well, a lot of people haven't played in the NFL and they coach in the NFL. No, I agree with that. But you at least need to play the sport in some type of manner to be able to know how to coach it.
Well, I mean, what if she played Pop Warner?
Well, that's like a little bit. It's there. I mean, competitively. And that, to me, that when I say competitively, at least high school and above.
Right.
That's my opinion. That's like me going to NASA and telling them how to do rocket fuel.
Well, but no, that's not the better analogy would be. History teacher didn't really cross the Delaware with George Washington. Why should he talk about it? Teach you about it.
I mean, I guess
that's a bad analogy too. But
what your point is on that. There's books to read about that. I mean, I guess you can say like Napoleon Dynamite did. He read a book on learn how to dance, and he was pretty good at it. But to me, that was one of the biggest sayings. Is and like we said earlier with the girls, I have no problem with it because there's a woman coach that won the championship for the Spurs in the summer league for NBA men's basketball for NBA.
Oh, okay.
So she won it all.
Yeah.
I have no problem with women teaching because they play basketball.
Yeah.
And
I did think the previous segment you did bring up a good point is just having that knowledge of playing it at that high level.
Right.
That you can bring at least that much experience. I don't know.
Now she has played, I think it's 12 to 15 seasons of women's football, which made me feel better about my previous accusation. And she's coached in Arena Football League, which is a total different game.
Mm-hmm.
But she's coaching inside linebackers. So my biggest concern, I guess, would be, are men going to respect her? And
that was my first thought when I read this headline. I was thinking, honestly, if they wouldn't hire her if she wasn't qualified, I believe that, because it's not like the NFL is under fire about why isn't there a woman head coach?
Well, let's think about this, and we're not getting a dumpster fire with this one. People drafted Michael Sam because, and I'm wanting to say the Rams did it just to be the first to do it. Did he stay in the NFL? No, he had no business to be in it, and every scout saw that. So why did he get drafted?
We're not going into Michael Sam.
You know what I'm saying? I mean, there's been instances previous where there was a social media outcry for this. Not saying there was for women to coach in the NFL. So this is the bigger. Michael Strahan seems to think that she will be respected.
But back to my point, that's what I was trying to get at, is that's what I think is going to be the biggest issue. As long as the players respect her and let her do her job, they may not like it. They may not agree with the decision. That's fine, whatever. But as long as she gets treated with the same respect as the other coaches, then there shouldn't be a problem.
So I'm gonna crawl deeper under this bus that I was thrown under. If women are listening, I'm sorry. So she's a coach. She should be allowed in the locker room because she's a coach.
Yeah.
Are the guys gonna be clothed?
Well, I mean, didn't they have the same issue with the media a while back?
Yeah, they did. I mean,
that was taken care of, right?
I don't even remember how the media took care of it. So this is the thing. She's going to be allowed to go in there. And if you've ever been in an athletic locker room, 90% of the time, there's at least one person that's in his skivvies. What would happen if a guy coached a women's team? He's not allowed to go in the locker room and they're doing anything like that.
Well,
they want to be held to the same standard. Everybody wants equality, and I totally agree with it. I'm not saying that. So people that are listening, I'm all for equal rights. There's nothing wrong with that.
Yeah. But, and I totally get what you're saying. And I was about to argue a stupid point, but
not necessarily. No stupid points.
No, there is. I was just going to bring up the fact, well, it's different. Honestly, that was going to be
in society we're held to that, but then they want everybody to be treated like this. So I just want to know, is it a double standard? She can walk in. I mean,
really, as long as everybody acts like an adult, it should not be an issue.
Totally agree with you on that. That is the problem. Is people don't act like adults, but that is it might be the smartest thing we've said all day today.
Yeah.
If everybody acts like an adult, either side, even if a gentleman was in the reverse, if you act like an adult, it should be a problem. You're all professionals. It's just like in the entertainment business.
Yeah.
Everybody sees everybody naked in that one, and there's not a problem. But for some reason, when this gets in the sports realm or anything politics, some people just don't tend to act like adults.
Well, if anyone on Capitol Hill starts running around naked, then there probably is a problem.
I'd pay to go there for that. That'd probably be pretty funny. But yeah, no, so I really don't have a huge problem with it. And I've talked to a lot of women actually today, and a lot of women, these were the first girls, and they're young, say that they were for it. And, but a lot of women said they don't like it that I've talked to in our area. And this is a big football plethora of just everywhere. Everyone loves football. Yeah. But I'm like, no, I don't agree with it. So it just depends. I mean, good for her. Congratulations to her. That's a huge step for her career. I just don't know how it's going to be handled. And I try to put myself in a player's shoes. I don't know how to react.
Yeah, but I just realized the worst part about all this is when the football season actually starts. It doesn't matter what game you're watching. The Cardinals are in the NFC West, right?
Yes.
You could be watching an AFC South game, which we're going to be watching a lot of, being in this area with the Texans and everything. Well, in Arizona, they hired a woman coach. What are your thoughts on that, Troy Aikman?
It's going to be there.
It's going to be every single game for the first month of the season, and it's going to be one of those issues. I'm tired of hearing about it, mainly just because I think it's great. Whatever, fine, do it. You don't have to talk every issue over and over again like that. They're going to.
They're going to beat it to death. That's what the media tends to do in sports. They beat one specific.
Not us, though.
No, not at all.
We didn't talk about Tom Brady for 5 minutes earlier.
No. I mean, that was everybody. Hey, there's some shows I listened to this morning and talked to it for like the whole show.
Yeah.
And people trying to defend Brady. I'm like, good Lord.
Well, so you got everything out you wanted to about that?
Yeah, it's good. I really wasn't mad about that. I just knew we'd talk about it. It's just, and like they've had a player said she has more experience playing football than some of the coaches who coach me. Professionally, I guess. But yeah, it's just we'll see how it goes. She's pretty muscular too. You seen her?
No, I actually haven't seen a picture
with
yet.
Makeup on. This is bad, but she's pretty hot. Without makeup, a little rough.
All right, that's at Doobie.
At KDoobie21.
Okay.
You can tweet me, and we'll talk about it.
All right.
Or you can tweet the show.
And moving on, hot stove action, man.
Hot stove.
We got, till tomorrow? Is it 3 Eastern?
It's 3.
Or is it 4 Eastern?
4 Eastern, 3
our
our
time.
time.
Okay. Of course, the Astros kind of opened up the gates last week, getting Scott Kazmir for a couple of prospects.
Which I love.
That was an awesome deal for the Astros.
The pitching prospect is a pretty good prospect.
Yeah, but we're talking single high A,
And the way Conger's been playing and Castro's still pretty good.
Yeah, I mean, we're not hurting at that position, at least for the next 5 years. 3 years. Maybe.
Yeah, let's say 3.
Yeah.
That's good.
And these guys might not come up until, 5-6 years down the road.
Or ever come up.
Very true.
This is baseball.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So that excellent deal for the Astros. And, up until that point, people were saying, well, I guess nothing's going to happen at the trade deadline.
Right.
Well, they got the doors going. And then we've had some other moves. Shane Victorino to the Angels. Tulowitzki, I believe today, just went to the Blue Jays from Colorado. And then there's still some names out there that, in fact, actually just today, Detroit.
Yes, I just read that.
Yeah. I was wondering what your face is. Yeah, they're saying, okay, we're done this year. We're throwing in the towel. Whoever wants our free agents can have them.
They just made David Price available.
Yeah.
And yesterday they said he was not.
And Cespedes, too.
You know David Price's dog is named Astro?
Really?
Yes, fun fact.
It's probably because of the Jetsons, though.
He's from Texas, though, I believe.
Oh.
I have to look that up. But Kazmir, not to get into what's about to happen there, he's a Houston native. So he was like, it's a dream come true.
Oh, absolutely. And he talked to Houston a season or two ago. The last time he was a free agent, and the talks fell through. I think they couldn't agree on money or whatever. It was probably the best move for Houston at the time because they were in the works of setting this up. And of course, in his debut Friday,
yes, oh
man, that was artistic piece of work right there. And unfortunately, they did drop the series, though, to the Royals. But bounced back good last night, like you mentioned. In fact, Gaddis had another triple, his 7th triple on the year. Do you want
That's ridiculous.
You want to guess what his career total triples were?
4?
But before this year started, his career total in triples.
How many years have you played?
I'm not sure, but he's only had 1 triple in his career. I want to say
They said he was going to blow up at Minute Maid.
Yeah,
That's the way he hits.
And he absolutely has. And anyway, and
that's a big man moving for a triple, too.
Absolutely. And I think it was the Astros official Twitter account. They tweeted last night after he hit that triple. Evan Gaddis hit his 7th triple. 7 triples for Evan Gaddis. Like, we can't believe this either.
Jerry Krasnick is tweeting that the Astros are still trying to get Craig Kimbrell. Closer for the Padres, which would be fantastic.
Oh, that would be absolutely great. Because the Astros, they said that they're still looking, and what would be just movie ending perfect to happen is tomorrow they just give the mic drop. Like,
it'd be great.
We got him. Boom. And that seals the deal for him this year.
And they said that David Price, now that he's available, they'll probably look into it.
Yeah. And once again, they do need to make a move for, we were talking before the show, either starting pitcher, or bullpen help, or a bat.
Yeah, or 2 of the 3.
Yeah, that would be amazing.
3.
Yeah. I mean, if you can get the trifecta, awesome. But of course, you don't want to sell your farm either.
No, you
don't. Because they've spent this time building up for situations like this, but also for years to come when they need it down the road.
They're saying they're still involved in the Cole Hamels talks.
They do not need to get him.
I'd probably hang that up if you're an Astros fan. I don't even know if I would.
He's already waived him. He's got a no trade clause.
Yeah, and he did say he inevitably would be open to thinking about anything, but I don't want him.
I don't want him either.
He's 31, which I'm 34, so it's like I'm going to say this guy's old, but I think he pitched no hitter the other day. So
well, it's funny to say he might be on the decline of his career, but
I don't know. Baseball, you can play to your almost 40. If you take care of yourself.
And if you take HGH.
This is true. Nolan Ryan played till he's like 62 and then beat up.
Oh, and that was just aspirin.
Beat up Ventura when he was like
great.
45.
But, no, Hamels, I think
something happens. I really do. I have a feeling that there's...
No, they need... If they don't make anything happen, I better not hear it's because they gave up. They need to work till the deadline to get some move happening. And... I think the main reason I don't want Hamels is because he initially said he didn't want to go there, and I take that personally.
I do too.
We don't want you, sir.
I totally agree with you. I can't agree with that more. When a player says I don't want to go there, I'm like, and I hope we win the World Series, and you just sit there, and
exactly.
Even though you've already won one, but still,
yeah.
But no, I would like Kimbrel. I'd love David Price.
Oh, David Price would icing on the cake.
And you're not hearing a lot about free agent bats, although we had mentioned this in spring. Where we had talked to you that Jay Bruce, he's going to be a free agent next year.
That is true.
Still lives in Houston.
Reds are. I haven't heard anything about him.
They're open. It's not like they're actively shopping him, but he's a free agent next year, and I've heard his name mentioned.
Mm-hmm.
But I just don't. I don't know if teams want to see if they can just catch him for free agency. But he still lives in Houston, and I talked to one of his really good friends in the spring. We sat and ate at Tokyo, and he was saying he wants to play in Houston if he can. He lives there. He wants to come back home.
Yeah.
But, it's a business.
Oh, absolutely.
And want and do is totally different in pro sports.
If the Reds are shopping him, they might be asking too much. And
he might, but he's a free agent after this year. You think you'd want to get something for him if you don't think you're going to sign him. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
That would be... Although, because Springer's going to come back.
Yeah.
And your outfield's pretty dang good.
Yeah, well, as a unit, they're good. Marisnik covers the field great there in center.
Yep.
Batting average, he's working on it. He's got a little bit of pop, and he definitely has the speed on the bases, too. Rasmus, he's got the pop, but not the average, and he plays a good field. Tucker, obviously good at the plate. Defensively, a little shaky.
I'd put Jay Bruce in right field and just let him eat the bat. He strikes out a little bit.
Well, your sluggers are going to do that.
I guess
I would put money that if he doesn't strike out more than Chris Carter.
No, that's inevitable. What would you do? Move Springer to left, and then keep Bruce in right?
That would be the most logical thing, just because Bruce.
Cannon.
Yeah. Springer's not too shabby with the arm either.
No, he's not. It's a win-win. Wherever you put, you just got to learn to play off that wall. That is the thing.
Yeah,
box wall.
yeah.
But hey, hometown Jay Bruce, come on home.
Yeah, man.
Just come for a discount. You've already made a lot of money. It's baseball.
Yeah. Well, all right. We've gone a little long there, so it's definitely time for a break. Going to wrap things up with some fantasy football talk, right?
Yep, and Video Hall of Fame, too.
Oh, yeah, man. Did you watch that?
Didn't get to.
I did, so I can tell you all about it.
Awesome.
Stone Complete Auto Care, get a standard brake service for only $99.99. Visit driveafirestone.com or C-Store for full details. Keep your car running newer, longer. Whatever you drive a Firestone. Do you know your health insurance plan options and which is right for you and your family? Are you eligible for financial assistance? The open enrollment period ends soon. Call 1-855-936-6002. That's 1-855-936-6002 to meet with a certified application counselor today. Have the old...
And we're back to Sports Hangover on Sports Radio Beaumont. Doobie NBA in the house. You can live tweet us at Hanover_sports. Before we get into video talk, two things just came up on the Twitter. Yeah, a big trade, though. Tulowitzki went to the Blue Jays, and he already went yard.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, like 2 minutes ago. So this one kind of came across. Vin Baker. You know who Vin Baker is?
No.
Former NBA player, played for the Seattle Supersonics when we were younger.
All right.
He's working to become a Starbucks manager.
Okay.
So he made multi upon multi-millions. This is the thing with pro athletes these days. Not that working as a Starbucks manager is a bad thing, because it is not.
No.
It is, how much money did he make in his career? Okay, over $100 million in his career. This is my thing. Really? I don't know if they just need more financial education with some of these pro athletes.
And that's what it is. There's a good 30 for 30 on this called, I believe it's called Broke. And I watched that a few months ago, and it's kind of devastating what happens to these guys. Some of it's bad luck. Some of it's just pure stupidity. Some of it is they get taken advantage of.
Unfortunately, Vin Baker, he actually fell into alcoholism, which is a bad thing. It is a serious condition, and lost over $100 million. So
wow. Quick note on athletes falling on hard times. You remember J.R. Richard, for the pitcher for the Astros, had an excellent year, and had a stroke during the year. And
I did not know that.
Yeah, and that he was done with baseball. And a few years after that, someone kind of came across him living under an overpass.
Really?
Yeah. And now he's doing better. He's written a book. He's become a minister, and he helps out with young athletes with financials and stuff like that, so that doesn't happen to him. And I was watching the Astros game last Friday, and I caught the highlight of the Kansas City broadcast where they interviewed J.R. Richard. They were playing in Kansas City, and they were interviewing him during the game and just kind of talking to him about his career and his book he's got and everything. And they're like, now take us through that day when you had the stroke. And he started talking about it, and he's like, and I've been having this kind of weird feeling. And why didn't the team doctors do anything for you? That goes to show you no one cares about you unless you're producing for them. And it's funny that I had to come all the way to Kansas City to find a baseball team to talk to me about my book when I played in Houston. And the guys interviewing were kind of like,
wrong question.
And so your book's out. But anyway, but I mean, you could tell that was built up in him, and it seems rightfully so. But anyway, beyond that point, Biggio, Hall of Fame induction over the weekend. Got to catch it Sunday. It was him, Smoltz, Randy Johnson, and Pedro Martinez going into the Hall.
Arguably, probably one of the best pitching Hall of Fame classes ever.
Absolutely. And then Biggio just put it over the top.
Yep.
But anyway, Biggio went first, fittingly, being a leadoff man most of his career. And I got to tell you, I was actually nervous for him because I was like, man, what if the Astros aren't represented well out there, and just everyone's just screaming and yelling for Smoltz, Johnson, and Pedro. Flooded with Astros fans.
I saw some pictures of that. I did see that.
It was awesome. The Biggio chant broke out a few times. It was absolutely amazing. It put a nice cap on the end of his career, and I don't know if there was something in my apartment or whatever, but
I cutting onions. Huh?
It kind of got fuzzy at one point. But anyway, so it was really cool to see that.
Yeah, that's pretty cool. And like we were talking to the break, I'm going to the game Sunday, and they're actually giving away for the first his Hall of Fame bus.
Oh yeah,
Which brings me to this point: is he actually chose to go with the hat with the last?
He did not choose that.
Oh, I thought he did.
The Hall of Fame chose that.
I thought you choose your hat.
I thought you did too.
You do choose which team you go in as. Ryan chose to go in as a Ranger.
Yeah, you choose that, but I guess when it came to the logo thing, I don't know if they gave him the option and he said, "Oh, you choose," or if they just said, "No, go with this one," because that's where I guess technically they had the most success making it to the World Series, deepest into the playoffs.
Yeah, I guess.
But if it was me, I would have went with the gold shooting star, just because that was the one of my youth. I know a lot of people hate that one, but
fun fact: my cousin designed those uniforms.
Billy
Wayne Woodward.
Tell him I said he did a great job.
Billy Wayne Woodward designed those uniforms and came up with Orbit, actually. But yeah,
awesome.
I like the blue and gold ones, so those were great. So congratulations to Craig Biggio. It was awesome watching you growing up, and we continue to look forward to you and your kids. Since we're running low on time, we did say we're going to talk about fantasy football. We'll, instead of doing our whole rankings, we'll actually give away just a ranking for one position in 2 minutes.
Okay.
We ain't got much time. So we'll give you the top 25 of receivers this way, and then we'll go down week to week to week, and then obviously we're going to have a draft show coming up in the next couple of weeks as well. All right, wide receivers coming up. We got 25. And I have these ranked as a PPR league, so points per reception league. So if you're playing in one of those leagues, this is really solely based on that. So these receivers are going to get a lot of points for catches, but arguably when you standard PPR, it's really close. Some might fluctuate 3 more spots than the others. All right, number 25, Brandon Marshall for the New York Jets, who last year was in our top 5.
Oh, wow.
Makes a difference when you have the worst quarterback in the league throw it to you. We got number 24, Jeremy Maclin of the Kansas City Chiefs. Number 23, Martavis Bryant from the Steelers. 22, Sammy Watkins from the Bills. Number 21, Deshaun Jackson. 21, Jarvis Landry. 19, the rookie Amari Cooper. 18, Houston Texan DeAndre Hopkins. 17, Jordan Matthews for the Eagles. 16, Julian Edelman for the Patriots. 15, Brandon Cooks for the Yanks. 14, Emmanuel Sanders for the Broncos. 13, T.Y. Hilton for the Colts. 12, Kelvin Benjamin for the Panthers. 11, Mike Evans for the Bucks. 10, there's that bear, Alshon Jeffrey. Number 9, Randall Cobb. Number 8, A.J. Green. 7, Julio Jones. 6, Jordy Nelson, 2 Packers in the top 10. 5, Odell Beckham Jr., and he'll probably actually move up on my rankings. 4, Megatron. 3, Demaryius Thomas. 2, Dez Bryant. And number 1, no shocker, Antonio Brown. Coming up next week, we got running backs coming to you. It's the Sports Hangover on Sports Radio Beaumont, 1450, 1510. Looking forward.